All right, let's just jump right in. We've all been told the same thing, right? To hit your goals, you just need to get motivated. But what if that's actually the very thing holding you back? Today, we're going to talk about a much more reliable, a much more powerful way to get things done.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. You get this incredible burst of energy for a new goal. Maybe it's a new workout routine or finally learning that new skill. You start out on fire. But then a week goes by, maybe two, and that fire just goes out. It's so frustrating, and we've all been there.
But here's a crazy thought. What if that disappearing motivation isn't you failing? What if it's not a bug in your system, but a feature of motivation itself? See, it's designed to be a temporary spark. And once you really get that, you can finally start to break the cycle.
And that leads us straight into what I call the motivation trap. It's this vicious cycle of starting and stopping over and over that so many of us get stuck in, all because we wait to feel like taking action.
Here's the real problem with motivation. It is just not a reliable source of fuel. It's an emotion, and it can get completely knocked off course by, a bad night's sleep, a stressful day, or even just some crummy weather. You would never build a house on a shaky foundation like that, so why would you build your goals on it?
And this is the trap in action, step by step. You get that spark, you go all in. But when that feeling inevitably disappears, you slam into a wall and you stop. And then what? You just wait. You wait for lightning to strike again, and all that momentum you built is gone. Sound familiar?
So, if relying on motivation is the problem, what's the answer? Well, this is where we bring in the real hero of the story, discipline. It's a totally different way of thinking about how to get things done.
Just look at this side by side. It makes it so clear. Motivation is all about feelings. Discipline is all about commitment. One's a flash in the pan, the other is the steady engine that runs day after day. But that last line, that's everything. Discipline is doing it even when you don't feel like it. That is the absolute game changer.
And this quote just nails it. Think of it this way. Motivation is like the rocket launch. It's exciting, it's fiery, it gets you off the ground. But discipline, that's the fuel in the tank that actually carries you all the way to the moon. You can't get there without the fuel.
Okay, so we know the difference now. Let's really dig in and talk about why building discipline is truly the winning strategy for achieving, well, anything that actually matters to you.
First up, and this is the big one, discipline creates consistency. And let me tell you, consistency is where the magic happens. Success isn't about one single heroic effort. It's about the small, kind of boring things you do every single day. Discipline just makes sure you show up, period. And those small efforts, they compound into huge results over time.
Now, here's a benefit you might not even think about. When you're waiting on motivation, your brain is in a constant debate, right? Should I go to the gym? I don't really feel like it. Maybe I'll go tomorrow. All that back and forth completely drains your willpower before you've even done anything. But with discipline, that entire debate just vanishes. It's gone. You're not asking if you're going to do the thing, you just do it. It's 7 a.m. on a Tuesday, so you work out. The decision was made ages ago. That frees up so much mental energy for the task itself.
Okay, this one is massive. Every single time you choose to act based on your commitment instead of your mood, you are sending a really powerful message to yourself.
You're keeping a promise. It might be a tiny promise, like, I will meditate for just 2 minutes. But every time you do it, you reinforce this incredible identity. I am someone who follows through. I do what I say I'm going to do.
And what happens when you keep stacking up all those little promises to yourself? You build real, earned self-trust. This isn't that fake raw confidence. It's deep self-respect that comes from knowing, without a doubt, that you can count on yourself to get the job done.
All right, so you're probably thinking, okay, I'm sold on the why, but what about the how? How do we actually start building this discipline muscle? Let's get super practical. So the number one mistake everyone makes is they go too big, too fast. But discipline isn't built with one intense burst. It's built through repetition. So forget the 1 hour all-out workout. Just start with a 5-minute walk. Seriously, the goal isn't to get a great workout. The goal is to build the habit of showing up. Small, easy wins build unstoppable momentum.
This next one is a huge mental shift. Stop focusing on the outcome you want and start focusing on the identity you want to have. So instead of saying, I want to write a book, start telling yourself, I am a writer. What do writers do? They write. Your actions will naturally start to line up with that new identity. You're no longer trying to do something, you're just being who you are.
And here's a quick toolkit to make it all stick. 1. Create a clear routine so it becomes automatic. 2. Remove friction. If you want to go to the gym, lay your clothes out the night before. Make it easy. 3. Accept that discomfort is part of it. It's not a stop sign. 4. Track your progress so you can see how far you've come. And finally, and this is crucial, forget perfection. Showing up imperfectly is 1,000,000 times better than not showing up at all.
Okay, so let's wrap all of this up into one core idea. A new mindset that you can walk away with and start using literally right now. Here's the key insight. You have to stop outsourcing your success to your feelings. Your feelings change minute to minute, but your commitments? Those are solid. Base your actions on a conscious decision you've made about who you want to be. That decision becomes your anchor when the storms of emotion roll in.
And I'll leave you with this last thought. Motivation is great, don't get me wrong. It can be that initial burst of inspiration that gets you excited, but it's discipline, that quiet, consistent, day-after-day commitment that will actually transform your life. So the question isn't, do you feel ready? The real question is, are you ready to decide?